How much cash should you hold? You might be thinking about this question because either you are worried about losing money if the market crashes or you have the fear of missing out. The answer to this question varies for each person based on their individual circumstances, and it depends primarily on three key factors. The first factor is your age. This is important because it tells you how close you are to your retirement, and the closer you are to your retirement, the more risk-averse your investment should be, and thus the proportion of cash should be higher. But if you're younger, you probably have a source of income and plenty of time ahead of you to make your money grow with different investment options. The second factor is how stable your income is. If you are a business owner or you have an unstable job, such as sales job, then there is a higher volatility in your monthly income, and thus you might need more cash on hand compared to someone who has a very stable and predictable job income. The third important factor is your assets and other sources of income. This helps to determine how much you are reliant on cash for your immediate money needs. Now, for you to develop the right cash holding strategy, you need to know the advantages and disadvantages of holding on to cash. So in this video, we'll cover the pros and cons of holding cash, the risks that you should consider, some creative ways to generate cash in case of emergencies, and different cash holding scenarios that you can pick and choose from. My name is Kanak and welcome back to my channel. If you want to learn more about investing, subscribe to my channel. And your support is what keeps this channel running. So hit that like button and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, keeping a lot of cash in your savings account might seem safe, but it actually has a very important downside. The interest you earn on your savings is often less than the rate of inflation. This means the value of your cash is slowly decreasing because prices are going up due to inflation. For example, if you have $100,000 and the inflation rate is 2%, you are losing about $2,000 every year. And in 25 years, that $100,000 will only be worth about $50,000. On the other hand, if you invest your money in stock index like the S&P 500, which represents the US stock market, you have the potential to make money much more than inflation over time. Historically, the US stock market has given returns of around 10.5% over the last 50 years, which is about 8% more than the average inflation rate of 2.5%. This means your money grows in value and beats inflation. But there are risks to putting all of your money into investments and having no cash at all. You need some cash for emergencies like if you lose your job or have unexpected expenses like medical bills or home and car repairs. Plus, having cash on hand can be useful when the stock market goes down because having cash allows you to buy stocks at cheaper prices. But it is not advisable to hold cash with the intent to wait for a market crash because trying to time the market perfectly is very hard, even for the experts. So it is not a good idea to sell your investments and hold cash just waiting for a market crash. Now, according to some studies, it typically takes between 6 to 8 months to find a new job after losing one. This time frame can vary depending on factors like your job field and the industry you are in, but it is a good starting point to figure out how much money you need to cover your living expenses if you lose your job. A good rule of thumb is to have enough cash saved up to cover about 6 months of your living expenses. So, if your monthly expenses are around $3,000, you should aim to have around $18,000 in cash. If you're more cautious or work in an unstable industry, you might want to save up to 12 months of living expenses. But holding more than 12 months worth of expenses in cash might not be the best idea because then you will miss out on potential investment gains over the long term. However, if you are nearing retirement or already retired, it is important to be more conservative because you are relying more on your savings for your monthly expenses. In that case, having around 18 to 24 months worth of expenses saved up, split between inflation-protected government bonds and a savings account would be a safer and more balanced approach. Now let us explore some alternate ways of generating cash. This will help you avoid holding excessive cash for unexpected emergencies. One straightforward way is to sell some of your stocks and generate cash. Usually, the market crashes are rare, and in the last 70 years, there have been only 12 instances of market dropping more than 20%. So for most of the time, you have an opportunity to sell your stocks at profit and generate cash. Another option is if you own a home and have built up some equity, you can top up on your home equity and borrow against that equity. This means taking out a loan using your home as collateral. Once the emergency is over, you can pay back the loan to reduce the extra interest you'll have to pay. Thirdly, in the United States, you can also borrow money from certain retirement accounts like a 401k. There is a limit on how much you can borrow, usually up to $50,000. But the good thing is, any interest that you pay goes back into the retirement account. Lastly, you could use a credit card to cover the bills. But be careful because credit cards often have very high interest rates. So if you do use a credit card, try to pay off the balance as quickly as possible to avoid the compounding of the debt. In short, holding too much cash means missing out on potential gains, and cash loses value over time because of inflation. So if you are of working age, it is good to have 6 to 12 months worth of living expenses saved up in cash. If you're close to retirement or already retired, having 18 to 24 months worth of living expenses in cash is safer. There are alternate ways that can help you avoid holding too much cash, such as selling stocks, borrowing against your home equity, taking out a loan from your retirement account, or using a credit card. I hope you find this video helpful. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.